Hello everybody and welcome back to InFamous, and today we're going to take on the bridge mission. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the escape. Mission started. Mission started. For the cutscenes, I'll be talking through these, but for the comic strip cutscenes, I'll just be leaving out my commentary. So, to give you guys an idea. Now, this next karmic point, be careful with this one. This one's a little bit annoying to do. Very annoying to do. So, well, only if you're evil. Only if you're evil. But if you're good, you're fine. So, if we're playing good, we're fine. Now, one thing I want to make mention of real quick before we get started. Even if you do bad things while you are good, yes, they can affect your rank. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't think you can ever switch karma. I've tried before, but I think it takes too fucking long to go from, like, level 3 all the way back down to, like, level 1 and then go right back to level 3 for InFamous. Also, one cool thing about doing evil is as soon as you unlock like the final level of evil, you get black and red. You get black and red lightning. It's fucking phenomenal. But for good, your electricity stays the same. So, whatever. I think it might get maybe a little bit more bluish, but other than that, you get really nothing for being superhero. You kind of do, and you kind of don't. Now, of course, whenever karmic intermissions come up like this, you'll see like this whole like yellow piss tent on it, and that'll basically tell you, hey, you got a karmic thing you can do, so be good or be evil, your choice. So attack the police on your own to get the good karma. All I have to do right now is just run up to them, and bam, you get the good action. And you'll notice that my bar increased by almost half. So for now, to keep them away from the people, and Zeke's just getting the fucking way like an asshole. Zeke, move. I'm just going to go ahead and shockwave them. I think it's the easiest advantage, especially on group enemies. I'm going to go ahead and melee the fuck out of this guy. Even though he's got a baton, he could easily just beat the shit out of me with it, but I'm a lot stronger than him. Also, you can kick people on the ground to get the wounded kill as well, so that works. Alright, that's a whole lot of fucking points right there. This is one of my least favorite missions in the game, only because of the amount of, like, police force in it. Now, one thing I do love about this game a lot is the fact that the progression just, it feels so nice, but there's a lot of things that are, like, looking back, there's a lot of things that are kind of dumb. So, this game also has a cover system. Also, you can hit L3 to find markers on your screen, on your minimap. They'll let you know where there's electricity nearby. If you need electricity, also, you can tell where enemies are by their aura. You can find that out. R3, while either aiming or without aiming, will actually switch Cole's hands around, so you can just view like that. Kind of consider it almost like Uncharted in a way, you know. Granted, this game came out when Uncharted 2 came out, and came out after Uncharted 1. But Uncharted was not the first third-person game to ever come out on the market either, so there's that. Also, if you take out a guy near a turret, the best way to take him out is just go behind him and take him out that way. You can break the turrets by pressing triangle behind it. Also, shooting these lamp things right here will cause an explosion. Stunt unlocked, Enviro Takedown. Basically, Enviro Takedown basically means environment takedown. Typically like an explosion or something, or even like you can fucking throw a car at a dude, and I think that still would count as one. You can actually get a nice headshot in on somebody with a turret if you're in the cover system or just got really good aim. I prefer going into cover, that way you can kind of just like keep your head down, and you can still aim while in cover, which is nice without poking your head out, so that's really helpful. That's one thing that Cole has an advantage of over fucking Nathan Drake, is he can actually aim without having his goddamn head poking out. Oh, Jesus Christ. I know. I'm still going with explaining things, but InFamous is one of my favorite games of all time, so of course my love for it shines brightly, and, you know, looking back on it now, yes, it has its fair share of problems, but holy fuck do I love this game. Also, knocking an enemy off a turret does not necessarily mean that people cannot go onto that turret. The only way to stop enemies from going to the turret is to essentially break the turret regardless. I recommend breaking it anyway, that way you get 3 points every time you break it, so there's that benefit. Alright, one more thing I want to explain is the rolling system. Press circle to evade, and then of course you can evade into cover, and press circle when near cover so you can actually take cover. So again, this is a heavy third-person shooter game, but with the added effect of having electric abilities. Also, you can climb on like walls like this, or, you know, buildings like this, and get a nice aim into, so Cole is just all around extremely fucking useful in this game, and I mean like extremely useful. Also, real quick, if you're dying, your screen will go red, and you'll get that, you know, gray health system. Again, I know I keep making Uncharted references, but this game reminds me a lot about Uncharted in terms of how they handle things. Which again, I know I said before, Uncharted was not technically the first third-person game ever made, but yeah. Oh, for some reason I can't do that one. Yeah, sometimes my game glitches, so I apologize for that. Let's see here. Yeah, hitting civilians will also cause you to kind of lose rank too. Well, just a little bit. You can see like that glow on the red. Okay, watch my bar on the top left. Like, watch the red bar. See how it glows? Yeah, there you go. That's what it's doing. But it'll take a long time of hitting people before you can actually start dropping, before you even start noticing anything. What else can I explain? Fucking A. Yeah, using electricity, you can heal yourself with it, so that's pretty nice, pretty helpful stuff. Anything really else to explain? We'll get blast shards later, which blast shards, after you get a certain amount of blast shards, will increase your battery cells. Essentially, the bar in the top left, that's not your karmic bar. The bar that is our energy bar, pretty much. That'll increase the more blast shards we get, so there's that. Alright, here we go. And time for the next cutscene to appear.
The gate opened to a wall of razor wire machine guns. Zeke made a break for it, smashed in the gate to the decontamination unit, and fell headlong into the harbor. And I moved, faster than I knew I could. I was greeted by name. This FBI agent, Moya, had seen the footage of me at Ground Zero and came here to wait, figuring I'd try to escape, knowing I'd have powers. She explained that before the blast, her husband John had been assigned to infiltrate the First Sons, a shadowy group working on a project they called the Ray Sphere, a device designed to drain the neuroelectric energy from a group of people and concentrate it into an individual. She'd lost contact with John the night of the blast. Despite all her connections, Moya was losing hope. Yet she'd found me, somehow believing I could be trusted, ready to make me an offer. I go back to the city, find John in the Ray Sphere, and she'll get me out of the quarantine and clear my name. This whole Ray Sphere thing sounds crazy to me. Suddenly I'm a human light socket, so maybe I should cut her some slack.
Alright, time for platform. You guys ready? And this is the introductory stage of Moya. Jesus Christ. I don't really fare too well with Moya either. And you'll see why basically later. I mean, she's an FBI agent, so without spoiling too much here, she's going to be kind of a pain in the ass to deal with later on because she is an FBI agent, so there's that. Alright. Yeah, I like clicking in. It's a fucking tick of mine that I do, so just ignore it. You don't have to climb on every single one of these lamppost things or these little lights here. You don't have to worry about that. The first time you really ever get environment takedown is usually right here. And also notice how like every time you do an environment takedown, you get 7 points. So it's not just for that one time. Be careful coming up pretty soon because one of these things are going to start falling. It's not right now, but it comes up rather soon. Alright, here we go. First blast shard. Blast shards are highly charged pieces of earth that were scattered when the Ray Sphere detonated. Collect them to earn battery cores, which increase your ability to store electricity. So, we'll grab the first one, and we need 4 more. Every time you grab a blast shard, you get 3 experience with it. Watch out for these things, because these things will fucking martyr the hell out of you. These things will fucking decimate your ass. You see that? That was one hit, and I was almost fucking dead. Yeah, sometimes you can't walk on these objects, but there are times where you can. But right now, for that one, we can't. Alright. So this one... You gotta be very careful with this, because these things kind of start to fall. Funny how I say be careful, and here I am just fucking around. Also, if enemies are in water, you can shoot the water to shock the water and kill them that way. Even though we get a takedown ×2, that does not mean that we get double the point. Well, we get double the points as in like 6 experience, but we only get 6 experience. It just means ×2 as in like we only killed 2 enemies and got 2 takedowns rather than just... You get double experience with both points. I mean, no, that's not how it works. You don't get 3 points for the first guy and then 6 for the second guy because you got double. No. As far as I'm concerned, that's not how it works. Also, whenever you beat a mission, you will have this thing that says your actions made you have been more heroic or evil. And whenever you do stunts, you'll get, it'll tell you like, hey, you did these stunts in this mission. And it's really a bunch of like nothing. I mean, every time you basically finish a mission, you will kind of like increase good or evil ranking. So there's that. Again, most of this game is highly, highly self-explanatory. But I know there are people out there that just want a little bit more in-depth detail, and that's the best I can give you in terms of detail. There's just so damn much. Also, every time we get a loading screen, or even when you come back to play the game, like if you load up your save file, you come back, you will sometimes, well, actually most of the time, get little, like, you know, wise words of wisdom with these people, like Abraham Lincoln, or even, I think, John F. Kennedy later, I believe. So, they're interesting little things. They're just added in little tidbits. Nothing special. They don't pertain to anything specifically. Also, if you guys are going to get mad at me for talking over people, there are subtitles, so just deal with it. Again, I can't stress this enough. I tell you guys almost every time that if I enjoy a game, I recommend you definitely play it. So, if you want to feel this game for yourself, fucking play the game. I mean, come on. It's a great-ass game, and it's old as shit now. You can probably find it really fucking cheap. Yes, it's on PS3, but if you have a PS3 still, you can go play it. Or even go watch somebody do a Let's Play, but with no commentary. If you're that irritated at somebody like me for talking over commentary. Alright, what are we doing again? Oh, yeah, we're waiting for Moya to talk to us. So Moya's basically going to be our mission briefing kind of character. She's basically going to tell us, hey, you can do things. So this is explaining experience points. So, as you guys already see, there's that. Now, here we go. The upgrade system. All right. You see, like, on the top screen, there's a bunch of question marks. So those are powers that come into play later. We'll unlock those as we go through them. So, for the beginning part of this, we'll have the first ability, which is called the Lightning Bolt. And it also shows us right underneath our available experience points and how much we can use to spend on that. So, if we hit down, we can go into the different categories to buy these. So, it's Outlaw. That's what it was. Champion, then Hero. Okay. So, if we were to play on the Evil mission... okay, you know what I'm going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I don't know how I want to do this. Do I want to do it more organized, or just blatantly show off like what can happen if you unlock level 1 for each one? That's the organized version of it I want to do, yes. It might work. Okay, so anyway, for level 1, you have to be... You just have to be good. You know, that's all you need to be. You don't have... You basically just... This part of the game will automatically give it to you whether you're evil or good. If you're evil, it'll give you this version. So for the evil version, we get... all right, let's start with the good one. So for the good version of Lightning Bolt, the first upgrade to it, which can only be unlocked if we're, you know, level 1 for good, is we get Righteous Blow. Restores a moderate amount of energy each time you successfully hit enemy. Remember what I said in last episode that the good powers basically give you better energy reserves, and it's definitely true. It definitely helps out with that. So, yes, playing good will actually help you restore more energy and basically keep you in the fight even longer, and that's very helpful. It basically kind of like playing the healer class or something, like that support kind of more thing. Whereas, you know, Evil's more like Berserk and just like straight up damaging. You know, it's good shit. So, all right, let's go into definition about the Lightning Bolt. So, Lightning Bolt is to fire Lightning Bolt. Hold down L1 and R1 to fire. All upgrades increase the strength of Lightning Bolt. So, of course, as we did already, we got the Lightning Bolt, the Guardian rank version of it, which again has the Righteous Blow. Now, if we were Thug, we would get the Sadistic Blow. Defeated enemies have a chance of triggering an electric explosion before dying. Thug rank or higher required for use. It says or higher, basically meaning that, you know, you can get this upgrade later on, even if after you're a Thug. I don't know. It's funny. This game literally spoils itself in its own game. It literally just showed off one power that we get later on and enemies that we fight later on, too, in the second district. That's fucking hilarious. So, the next available power we have is the Shockwave. To unleash electromagnetic shockwave, hold down L1 and press X. Requires energy. But if we have the Guardian rank, which we do, we can unlock Reverse Magnetism. People caught in the core of the blast temporarily float in the air. This could be very useful for stunts. So keep that in mind. They will temporarily float in the air. They'll be electrified while taking the damage. You can also, as you see right there in that little video, you can knock back rockets. That'll come into play later. So we'll see that when we get to that. So let's go ahead and buy that for now, because why not? But if we were on the Thug side of things, people and objects caught in the core of the blast get electrified. So basically it just does more damage. Not really that useful, but it's just a damage increase. So you tell me. Again, you can catch enemies in the blast and then do more damage that way. It's nice to have in groups of enemies, but that I feel like is about it. This one's more better for using it on like single enemies rather than groups. So there's the pro and con of that. Again, both good and evil are very, very balanced in their own right, and that's why I love this one. It's just so fucking good. All right, so the next power we have is the Thunder Drop, which upgrading this requires no karma ranks at all. All this does is we get increased blast range, and then I think later on we get electrified. So yeah, we'll see that when we get to that. This one costs 800. You don't need to be any specific rank. You can upgrade this thing fully if you have all the experience anytime at any point you want. It's basically just a single increase. Again, they just keep spoiling all the fucking powers in one fucking video. It's hilarious. So we also have reduced damage. Again, just like Thunder Drop, it's the same way. We basically just reduce the damage that we take. So again, Thunder Drop to unleash Thunder Drop, leave a higher object and press square. And again, increases blast range if we get level 1. Upgrades to reduce the amount of damage enemies inflict on Cole is for the reduced damage, and then at level 1 will reduce damage by 10%, then 20, then 30. So nothing really too special. Now we also get melee. To use melee, approach enemy, press square, and then of course you increase the melee damage. Again, just nothing but melee damage. Okay, electric drain, same thing. Except for this one. Yeah, this one requires Infamous or Hero rank, so that one comes into play later. That one is specifically catered toward level 3. Alright, so whenever you upgrade, the first upgrade that you can get is Drain Enhanced. Increases the speed of electricity drain, and then later on we'll discover different abilities with it. So for right now, that is the entirety of the abilities tab, and I want to go ahead and show off real quick. Okay, so this is the map right here. You can see there's a legend on the side. You can press X to like mark a waypoint if you want to find it. You can find it on your map, as you can see right nowhere. Let's see, right here. Press X again to take it off. There you go. Alright, if you press Start, the stunt menu will come up at the very bottom. You can tell what other stunt you have to do next. So the next stunt we have left, and of course it tells you how many we have done. Watch movies is nothing for right now. Use a melee finisher to take down an enemy. So all I have to do is basically just beat the shit out of a guy with square and then kill him that way. That is the proficient point. Now, don't get overwhelmed here, folks. I know that there's like 3 different freaking missions we have to do, but trust me, these things will go by quicker than you can imagine. So we'll get done with these as soon as we possibly can. After I got done explaining pretty much everything I needed to do, then the rest is pretty much easy. Also, while going around the field, you know, basically going through the environment, you can tell where blast shards are. Granted, these things do not show up on your map at all. They only show up on your mini-map. You will never, ever, this is not Infamous 2, you will not have the ability to find blast shards. There's not an upgrade for blast shards, basically, that's what I'm trying to say. So, these damn things, the more scarce they become, the more harder they become to find. So either remember where they're at, or look up a guide, or find a video of where to find every single individual one at, because these little motherfuckers are going to be a tough little son of a bitch to catch. They literally will. So either you have to remember all the landmarks you've been to, or hope to God that you're good at like exploring and hopefully you can find it in due time. Which, granted, again, like I said, I have platinumed the game, and I can, without a doubt, tell you it's very fucking difficult to do that. Also, one thing that pertains to the climbing of things, if Cole has his hands, if he's hanging on an object like this, most of the time he probably won't. Sometimes he'll have the ability to like jump up to like the next area if it's too high, but it depends. Like his climbing is very weird, so it doesn't take long to get used to. Honestly, I mean, I fucking jump right in this game and I can just do it instantly, so it's nothing too bad. Again, like I said, I've played this game a number of times, so honestly, me playing it's not gonna affect much of anything. I'm gonna try to remember that I got this. Yeah, whenever you fully upgrade or get all the blast core or blast shards, that comes into play. This right here, and this will come into play later too, so we'll worry about that when we get to that. Let's see. Let's go grab some blast shards for a while. I know it's probably gonna bother some people, like, oh, just go do the fucking mission, but I just want the blast shards because I just want them. I'll probably just leave level. Yeah, right now we have to collect like 14 more, so they definitely drop them in. Once we get to like the last bit of blast shards, like later on in the game, there'll be like 300 left to collect. So yeah, that's guys, they pack this shit. I am talking literally, they pack this fucking shit. There are so many fucking blast shards in this game. It's retarded. You think I'm joking? I'm actually not fucking joking around. There's a lot. One thing I want to show off that's kind of interesting, kind of cool, but something you can do, which was a bad thing to do. But, yes, you can blow up an entire gas station. Yeah, I know. It's one of those things that's kind of just more fun to do rather than just, you know, be an asshole. But, yeah, in the beginning of the game, it's kind of a fun little thing, too. Little, not really an Easter egg, but just a fun little, like, deal that you get. You can literally blow up a gas station as people, of course, as you see here, comment on it. So that's kind of interesting to have. That's the only time he really talks about it. That's the only time anybody fucking talks about it. So, from now on, you can basically just blow up gas stations without threat. If you're evil, that's great. You know, you got more points. But if you're good, that's not so great. I mean, you just lost, like, maybe, like, 1 point on your comic rank, which really is not that bad. I mean, that's literally like getting an A- on a fucking math test or something, you know. Like, yeah, you could have done better, but you still got the fucking A regardless. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to finish off a guy, aren't I? Stun unlocked, flying headshot. So yeah, I think you can actually do this out of order. Yep, you can do them out of order. Oh, that's cool. So if you know about them, you can do them whenever you feel like, but if you don't, then I recommend going by the list instead. Or just hope to God that you randomly get one, which, believe me folks, given time, you will get one. You will get them. Granted, for Let's Play's sake, I know I should keep, I should probably keep the blast shard hunting videos to a minimum, or at least do them whenever, you know, like, do them in, like, one specific video and just go around, like, side questing and shit, but, I don't know, for this Let's Play, I might just do it all in one thing. I might just, I might not pull in Arkham City, because apparently people did not like that. Yeah, it was weird. People did not like those videos. Nobody fucking cared for them. So I might just, well, then again, forcing people to watch me go collect blast shards is also a bad deal too. So I guess for the beginning of every video, I'll probably try to tell you what I plan to do that video. But yeah, for right now, let's just go get some blast shards. We'll do blast shards and main missions at the same time. Like, if blast shards come up my way, I will go on my way to grab them. And again, I'm just gonna, I can't stress this enough, guys, but I highly, highly do not recommend using my video as a guide for blast shards. Do not use my videos as a guide for getting blast shards, because I'll tell you right now, that's not gonna work. You're gonna have to go through every single one of these fucking videos to find every single blast shard that I collect, which sounds like a pain in the dick. Also, real quick, if we're getting close to the end of the game and I'm starting to lose blast shards, and if you guys happen to be watching at the same time, or even know where some blast shards are that I might have missed, I would highly love it if you would recommend telling me where a specific landmark is that I could have missed one. If you guys happen to know, please give me some feedback in the comments below, if it comes to that. So I say wait until like close to the end of the game to start doing that. Or if I happen to miss one, kind of like remind me, like say, hey Alex, you missed one here. But make it specific, like I can kind of like figure out the location. So now we have the ability to deal with dead drops. So hit L3 and you'll see on our minimap there's a gray little thing that comes up that's kind of like a marker, like a waypoint thing around the sides of it. And what that basically does is tells us like a certain direction we need to go in to find the next dead drop. Now, the difference between InFamous 1 and 2. InFamous 1 gives you the ability to find every single dead drop via L3, using the mini-map to find it. But in InFamous 2, you have to find the dead drops on your own. Now, granted, the dead drops, you can hit the mini-map. You can hit L3 and they'll show up on your mini-map. But I mean, there is no upgrade to helping you find all the dead drops. No. Instead, you have to go to the different each island and what have you. And it's different portions of the map. It's really not that hard, honestly, but it's just one of those things that they changed. In this game, all you have to do is just follow your mini-map and you'll find it. Other than that, blast shards are definitely different. Because again, InFamous 2, they made you get an upgrade where you can literally find every single blast shard just by hitting L3. Like, if you're missing a blast shard, you'll hit L3, and then all of a sudden that blast shard will come up and just, on your minimap, you just go toward that direction, and then, you know, depending on how long it takes to get there, you'll eventually get there, and then you'll get that blast shard. And InFamous Second Son is like, fuck it, here's everything on the screen at all times. So there's that. So Infamous Second Son definitely is the easiest one out of the three, I would say. And yes, I do consider Infamous Second Son an infamous game. Even though it kind of bugs me, the fact that, the one thing that bugs me the most is the fact that you get the concrete power at the very end. I know, spoiler alert, but there's a concrete ability that you get. But the different powers is pretty neat, pretty unique. And that's the thing with Infamous 2 as well, is for Infamous 2, if you're good, you can get electric, or you can get ice powers. But if you're evil, you can get the fire powers. So, of course, in that version of in Infamous 2, we're going to be working on getting the ice powers instead, in the fire. We're not going to worry about the fucking Jamaican bitch. We're going to be worrying about the goddamn Asian bitch. Alright, so for right now, the dead drops are kind of not exactly entirely working with us. So that's the whole spiel here. We have to collect more to eventually start, you know, figuring these things out. Notice that this blast shard right here did not come up on the minimap whatsoever. I know, isn't that kind of weird? Well, the more you progress through the game, eventually blast shards will become more apparent on your minimap. But for right now, we only have like a certain select amount of blast shards that'll come up, so that's gonna be a pain in the dick, ain't it? Yeah, it really is. But luckily for me, I happen to know specific landmarks that can cater to my help. Because again, going through this game multiple times and fucking getting all the blast shards in one playthrough kind of definitely helps a little bit in terms of getting blast shards. There's that son of a bitch. I might not know the exact pinpoint location of every single blast shard, but I do happen to know where I happen to know where a lot are. Let's just say that. Alright, we got that mission done. Mysterious Signals is completed. Nice. So again, now we have the option to go find dead drops. There is one right up there, so let's go up to that one real quick and go grab it. And along the way, there will be blast shards up there. Should be. I know this will come into play later for a side mission, actually. Is that Jesus? That looks like it a little bit. Let's see here. Alright, let's go and climb. At least I believe there was a blast shard, unless I'm mistaking this for a different location. Again, like I said, even though I've played it a bunch, there's still times where, of course, as noted, I will probably just fuck something up or just forget something. Like I said, I swear there was a blast shard here, but who knows? I could be totally wrong. It can happen. It can happen, folks. Also, the villains in this game are kind of lame. I mean, let's just admit it. They're kind of lame to a point. Except for Kessler. I mean, yeah, I hate to spoil it, but yes, he's basically the main villain of the game, pretty much. He's the main big bad boy. Yeah, there's one in the tree. Photographer side mission will be over there later. Yep, there'll be, yeah, that's the thing with this game, too, is the side missions in this game. There's going to be a lot of side missions that are going to act kind of the same, so just want to give you guys a heads up right now that that will happen. There will be a lot of side missions that are mostly the same thing, but then again, remember, guys, this is one of those kinds of games that have side missions, and it's just like, why even fucking bother making a completely, totally different new side mission, all for the sake of just, you know, having everything be original and be unique. I can totally understand that because that just sounds like a pain in the fucking dick to do. This right here, that's a tough one to get sometimes. Because of the way the tree is built and like trying to climb over it's kind of a pain in the ass. Alright, so here it was. I was going the wrong fucking way. God damn it, stop fucking shooting at me. But yeah, the more side quests you do, you'll eventually, again, like I said, complete different specific amounts of territory, thus making it harder for the Reapers to want to come over there and take it over, and they'll start spawning there less. Now, granted, you could never truly 100% make enemies despawn. Though, even if you completely 100% all side quests on a specific district, that does not mean that all the enemies will disappear. So there will always be opportunities to get more points. Again, we will be going for 100% of the upgrades, not including the evil side of things, which is kind of unfortunate. But I'm sure some of you fucking dirtbags out there are probably going to start giving me shit and be like, it's not technically 100% game until you've completed both sides of the fucking story, you fucking cunt ass. Well, Mr. fucking fag dildo, I don't know what to fucking call you. I'm running out of insults here. Fuck you, go watch somebody else, I don't care. I will consider this 100% in my own regard. So, you can kiss my ass. Whether you guys consider it 100% or not, that's up to you. Because I know that some people, yeah, it's just, People are weird guys. 100% in games are just fucking weird sometimes, because some people, you know, like with Mario Galaxy 2, I've heard that they consider the whole fucking maxing out the death counter is 100%. And I heard I heard that's like 9,999 like deaths you have to have, or some shit like that. And people are like, "Well, I've never even hit that yet." Like people have said, like, "Yeah, I've never gotten there, so I don't know if that's true or not." It's like, how the fuck do you know that's 100% if that's the case? Makes no goddamn sense. No goddamn sense at all. So yeah, for the rest of this video, just for like the last few minutes here, I want to go ahead and get this blast shards out of the way. All right, that's enough of that bullshit. Where the fuck are you? Oh my god, we are definitely in bad territory right now. Also, press and hold circle to completely let go. That way, you don't grab onto another object while falling down. It can be a pain in the ass. Yes, you can recharge while being shot. That's not a problem in this game. Thank God for that. Let's go kick this guy's ass. Get the melee finisher and get that one out of the way. Where'd he go? Oh, there they are. There's more of it there, but... Yeah, if they're too far from me, I just usually shoot their ass. I just don't care enough. I really go over there and beat the fuck out of them sometimes. But that guy's all the way up there. Okay, you know what? For this guy, I'll go beat the shit out of him. Yeah, it's funny. Like, I remember, like, a long time ago, my ex-uncle... When I talked to him, I said, like, hey, have you played InFamous yet? And he's like, oh, that fucking garbage? I don't like that game because you can't shoot people. And I'm thinking, like, well, I was a kid at the time, so I'm like, what? You know, like, that blew my fucking mind. I was like, you don't like InFamous because you can't shoot people? That's fucking retarded. Yeah, he literally thought it was bad because you can't use guns. I know. It's fucking admirable how stupid somebody can be. He's like, I'd rather play Prototype because at least in that game you can use fucking guns. But I'm going to be straight honest with you guys. I like InFamous way better than like Prototype. But there are... Remember when that was a thing? Remember when InFamous and Prototype were like around the same time? And then everybody was like, oh yeah, I like InFamous. Or, you know, people were like, oh yeah, I like Prototype. Because, again, story time with Alex, once again, I remember fucking... he recently died. Like, yeah, this kid died this year. I'm not going to give any names or anything like that. It was a kid that I knew who had played Prototype, and it was funny. Like I showed him InFamous, and he's like, "Yeah, InFamous is cool," and, you know. And then he basically mentioned that he likes Prototype because it's Xbox only. Because like he basically mentioned, since, you know, InFamous was PS3 only, he thought that Prototype was like Xbox only, and he didn't necessarily think that Prototype was a better game necessarily. He just said that, you know, at least he can get Prototype because it's Xbox only. I'm thinking, like, no, it's not Xbox only, you fucking idiot. Yeah, Prototype is not Xbox only. So all things surprising. It actually would have been interesting if it was. To be fairly honest with you folks, it would have been interesting if it actually did that. Had InFamous on PS3 and then have Prototype on Xbox only. That would have been interesting. Yeah, for a majority of these videos, I'd say probably like around the end of these videos are just going to be me like rambling and just doing story time stuff and then just collecting blast shards. So if you guys enjoy that, thank you. But for the rest of you that don't, I'm sorry. But yeah, I like doing this. This is very relaxing. I love this game. I love it a lot whenever I'm running around the city and just collecting things. So sometimes I get a little sidetracked, as you can tell right now. I am getting definitely sidetracked, and I love collecting these damn things. They're very, very fucking fun to collect. So I think for this video, I might just get this last one blast shard, end it off there, and get the dead drop in the next video and just start carrying on for the next mission. So where's that blast shard at? Usually they're on the water towers, so just look for that. Not really water tower, but you know what I mean. These fucking things. All right, where is this fucking guy shooting me from? There he is. Fucking stop, dildo. All right, he's dead. All right, anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did, and I'll see you all next time we play some more InFamous. So, as always, take care, everybody.